Hi everyone, this is our first presentation on the pathway to WASC accreditation. I wanted to talk a little bit about the change from our institutional learning outcomes to our new institutional core competencies. Talk a little bit about how we made those changes and why. First of all, we don't feel like we really did away with anything. We feel that we blended them into a more WASC-aligned framework. And so one of the things that we did do, the only one we let go, was the ILO 9 lifelong learning. And one of the reasons was it's just too difficult for the school to measure that over a person's lifetime. Of course, we want to encourage people and our students to learn over their lifetime. We certainly hope that we inspire them to do so, but we can't really measure that very well. One of the reasons for moving to core competencies is to create things that were easier to measure. So we took our ILO 7, which used to be communication, and that has now been broken down into two different types of communication: written communication and oral communication. And please note that the ICCs are color-coded. So if you're an instructor, you're going to see that in more than one place. We then took ILO 6, and we took what was quantitative reasoning and literacy and changed that to just quantitative reasoning. Note that that aligns directly with what WASC uses. On ICC 4, which was critical thinking, we combined that from ILO 8 and ILO 4. So critical thinking is both critical analysis and reasoning and scientific reasoning. ICC 5, information literacy, is an interesting one because we took ILO 1, information literacy, and also ILO 2, technological competency, and combined it into information literacy. The reason is because in today's world, you really can't be literate in information if you aren't able to operate within a technological aspect. So we really looked at being informationally literate in today's day and age as being technologically competent and able to access information utilizing technological skills. But we kept ILO 3 and ILO 5 and really brought them into what is for us ICC 6, ethics and diversity. We have a bit of a two-pronged approach with that. For us, the institutional core competency is ethics and diversity, but we can measure it from two different aspects. So when you look at your program learning outcomes, and the deans will be discussing those in the upcoming weeks, you'll see that it's a little bit different from discipline to discipline. So we can look at and measure ethical leadership and legal knowledge separately than we would look at global literacy and diversity and really understanding other cultures. So we wanted you to have a look at this so that we can explain to you that the ICCs, according to WASC, are critical higher order intellectual skills that we expect our students to have in order to be successful in school, at work, and in their private and civics lives. And we're able to measure these, and as we go through our Phase 2 course revisions, you will see that these institutional core competencies will be directly measured by way of using different assignments in different classes in each of our programs over time. I hope this helped you understand how we made this transition and why, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact your dean or me, Diane Sykes, or I'm sure our provost, Bonnie Nickel, or President Bill Luton would be happy to discuss it with you. Thanks, and have a great day on this path to accreditation.